Hi, everybody. Welcome to Shimmering Tarot. My name is Tanya Pizzolato, and I wanted to tell you about my two Ludi Lesco decks. I got scammed. I bought this one 10 years ago, 12 years, I don't know how long ago, but a very long time ago on Amazon. So, of course, I assumed, which makes an ass out of me, that this was the real deal. But let me show you how to know, so this does not happen to you, that this was not. So if it is a mass market deck, look up and see what their symbolism is. See, this does not have that. I didn't pay any attention to this because I loved the artwork of this. And they even showed the clearer pictures of this when advertising this, and I bought it at Amazon, place I trusted, didn't know at the time that they sold fakes. This is a real big fake. It does not have this. It doesn't have the right Ankh or the right T, not the right font. And another big tail, does not have the Lo Scarabeo Torino made in Italy, and the ISBN numbers is just totally blank. And on here, on the back, it's like a review. See, on the real one, it's got these characters. So let's open them both up so you can see the difference, and hopefully that can help you. So here was another thing that's been bothering me over the years, that I couldn't read the book. So I read about it on line. This is all like Ukrainian or some Slavic language. I don't know. So that is the fake. The artwork is very fuzzy. Just want you to be aware, so this doesn't happen to you and you feel, because I didn't want to make this video. My husband said, make this video, because other people need to know this. Now that is the right looking guide, little white black book with the scarab. Perfect. So this all takes place in New Orleans. So I'm half Afghan, half Italian. So I have a lot of Italian family that lives in New Orleans. Or it was Baton Rouge. But we always go to New Orleans because that's where when I visit, where I want to go. See, this one is in English. Probably even the more important part than the card description is this part. My name is Ludi, and the publisher asked me to write something about myself and this deck. My first deck of tarot was given to me by my grandmother Rose on the day of my 7th birthday, and is a unique piece that I am very fond of, drawn especially for her by Certain Adams, a friend of Pamela Coleman, who, for those who do not know, is the artist who drew the Rider-Waite deck. I believe Adams was originally from New Jersey, but I had lived for a certain amount of time in Jamaica. He worked above all in advertising, but also loved symbolist painting. So I began consulting the cards when I was a child. Little by little, I began training program that today enables me to observe the world with new sense and awareness. It was Rose who explained to me that the cards are merely a tool to help us see inside our heart, and the universe of tarot is nothing more than a reflection of man and his surroundings. Following death, I went on I went for the first time to New Orleans, began practicing card reading on the streets of the French Quarter. And that's where Bourbon Street is. I still have those cards, and although now they are so filthy and faded, I no longer have the courage to use them. For this reason, I felt they needed to take a pencil and transport those images into my world that, at the time, was truly permeated by the forces of darkness, to reach the light. That is a great thing. That's why you do shadow work. To see your shadows, integrate it with yourself, learn from it, so you can heal whether you envy of something or why you dislike something. You see something in yourself you don't like when you see that something. So you heal it, you change it. If you envy something, that just helps you to see, this is what I like about it. That's what I would like to be a part of me, and you do that. You don't make yourself into be anybody else but you. What is calling you? So this doing shadow work brings you in to the light. Not being all, sweet and flowery and stuff, and woo-woo. It's woo-woo, but, being part of the dark and lightness, the moon and the sun is what the world's about, and being balanced. So you reach the light, you must know the darkness. And I did. I understood now is the time to give something back to the world. The figures came to mind, had profound roots in pain and hurts me so deeply. So for me, it was extremely difficult to succeed in creating the cards exactly as I had imagined them. Then 2 years ago in London, a small shop near a British museum, I happened upon Initiatic Tarot of the Golden Dawn, illustrated Patrizio Evangelisti and published by Edizione Lo Scarabeo of Torino. Those images were not only splendid, but their style corresponded precisely to the one I would have liked for my tarot. I took up my sketches from these years and attaching a brief description of each card, I sent them to Lo Scarabeo. To my great surprise, the editor accepted my proposal with enthusiasm, so that with the sketches and a pinch of magic added to the talent of Patrizio, the deck was born. Now it's moving for me to see these drawings that embody my personal interpretation of the deck created by Adams Moore. Then 80 years ago, a new life in ancient symbolism. I would like to say just one thing to you who will be using this deck. The true challenges do not lie in knowing how to predict the future, but in knowing how to overcome your own demons in order to deal with our future wisely. I am not interested in clairvoyance or even omniscience events. Indeed, I firmly believe in the opportunity we are granted to understand what happens around us and in the opportunity to decide our own destiny. I am learning even now that life begins not when we know things, but rather when we are facing the unknown and succeeding in taking steps forward. I created this deck to help people to see into the darkness. So I just love that because it's a big part of my view. So here we have the back. Let me turn this over. I'm going to read a little more. To those who wish to learn the art of tarot, I would advise a preliminary study of 3 fundamental concepts. The first regards theory of correspondence, symbolic, real, or visible or invisible among all the components of the universe. The second concern is the idea of living nature, because if there is correspondence throughout the universe, there is possibility of a universal soul that causes these phenomena. The third concept concerns presence of meditation between the upper worlds and the lower worlds, ensured by imaginatio. Actually, one must take into account the possibility of decoding through our imagination and symbols that express correspondence of these concepts linked to the idea of transmutation of the practical application concepts of meditation, imagination, in this particular concordance, which implies a search. 5, okay, 6. For the affinity between various doctrines, assess ideas of transmission and transfer of teachings to master to student. I know my words may seem obscure and complex, but some of those truly want to understand may not give up at the first difficulty. The notes that follow matches in the night. Don't burn your fingers. Blessings. Lily Lesko, New Orleans, 2010. And of course, this step. So here's another thing that shows you this is the real thing. You know, the name card of their business. I'll show you that the backs, they look the same. Very close, except they don't have the border here. So I'm just wanted to give you a quick look. So let's put this over here. So you don't make the mistake. Where is the fool? Is that in the back? Here, it probably is. See what other differences. The thing that I see is the picture is much clearer. The art to me here is very fuzzy. You see that graininess? See here on the real one, it is beautiful. So I'm going to put the fake to the side, and you'll get to see the Ludi Lesko, this beautiful fool. See, and here's the darkness. He's got a chicken, and he's got it on a leash. It's more of you're coming with me on this adventure, whether you want to or not. Like with the dog who's loyal and your companion and is willing to go with you, wants to go with you. Here is the magician. And the darkness here that will help lead you to this light, your soul, is this person is showing off for these people. Well, these girls behind him. It could be anybody. He's got his tools. He's not even working with his tools. He's just showing off what he knows. Like he's just the bomb. Here's the high priestess. Here, her half of her body is present, facing us in the presence, and half of her body is facing the past. She's not very in tune with her own intuition, which is what she needs to get to. She needs to get back straightened out and have her Boaz column here, which is the feminine, Joaquin pillar here, which is the masculine. And in the middle where she is, oh, I forget what the name of it is. It's the tree of life. It's Kabbalah. She needs to get in touch with all that. Right now, she's going 2 different directions in time. Here is the Empress. And she's sitting on her throne. She doesn't look like she's feeling very nurturing. She's looking actually like she's kind of tense, sitting forward. And we don't have the pregnant belly. We have this dove coming to say, talk to her. Get in touch with your nurturing, your creativity. You are the start of the idea. So that is the Empress, and the person who brings her idea into this world here is the Emperor. He is an Aries, our first zodiac sign in the cards, the Aries symbol. So here he looks, very in touch with not just he's the ultimate father, ultimate leader, but he looks a little too aggressive with the knife right at the ready, right there in his lap, not holstered or anything. So he's more in touch with his aggressive side. And he's looking to the past. He's not looking present or to the future. Here is the Hierophant. This Hierophant is dressed like the Pope, and he reminds me more than a pope of an evangelist preacher, where I shall heal you, and they're pushing you and you're healed. He's doing that with this book. Read this book, you will be healed. He doesn't look like a real pope or a priest or cardinal, bishop, where you have to do a lot more than that. We all have to be in touch with our body, mind, and soul. And when there are health problems, you can do the metaphysical and also go to the doctor. It is not wise to just do one thing. Like for our health, we don't just eat right, we exercise. We pray, we meditate. We worship however we worship. And we meditate. I think I said that. Okay, here is the Lovers, but it takes a lot to be a healthy person. And I forgot to tell you, with the Hierophant, it's a person of great knowledge in philosophy, religions, language. They go through like 12 years of seminary school, and it's also about tradition. So here with the Lovers, this is about your values and choice. And look, this girl looks like she's picked someone who's very aggressive with her. They're tying her arms behind her back, biting on her hardly. She doesn't look like she's in ecstasy. She actually looks like she's in pain. Looks like someone else is writing in. Usually there's an angel on top. But I love these dark images. They're giving you more of an insight. Here this girl's been writing in her diary about what's wrong, trying to figure out what's wrong with this relationship that she chose. And what can she do to make it healthier? Is there a possibility of making it healthier? Because I chose this person. I believed they were my twin flame, my split apart. So I'll try to go quicker. I read somewhat the thing. So here we have the Chariot. See, we have the dark horse, the white horse, and usually, it's in the Rider-Waite-Smith, it's a black sphinx and a white sphinx. And it's the person who's controlling, it's about your willpower and controlling everything to go and work together. Where you're working together to do the thing you want to be doing. So that's a lot of physical strength, emotional strength. Oh, I forgot to tell you with the Lovers. So, we'll go with this one. The Hierophant is your Taurus card. Sorry, I'm so behind. Lovers is your Gemini. And this is your Cancer card with the Chariot. So in the major arcana, they don't put the names, but they have the numbers, and you can see a lot from the image what they are. See, like here, we got the Lion, we got the Woman, and this is your Strength card. It's 8. So sometimes 8 and the 11 are interchanged. So you would be able to tell that it would be, even if this was the 8 and it was the Justice, you would see the scales in there somewhere. So here we got, this is our Leo card. And this is about internal strength, about being secure in yourself. And this is like, I can call it the dog trainer card, because a really good dog trainer is very calm and secure in themselves. And the dogs listen to that. It's this composure where you show strength, but not by being mean, not by hurting anybody, but just your presence. You're secure in who you are, and you're very clear, and you're loving, you're nurturing too. So that's what comes in. That's what true strength is. You don't have to abuse someone. Being truly strong is being secure in who you are. Oh, and that is your Leo card. So here is my card. 9, it's also my Virgo card, because I'm a Virgo, and my life path number card, so which is 9. And this is about taking time to be by yourself and look inwards for answers. And in an unhealthy, when you're in the reverse, would be you go off to be on your own just to be isolated. Don't want to be in the part of the world. Here is the wheel. So the wheel is your destiny, your fate, change is coming. So on top here, when it's upright, it's why is my brain went blank? Is everything's going to go well? Your fortune is coming. If it was here on the bottom, this guy hanging upside down, let me do that. Here's the reverse. This is saying, okay, you're in for some rough waters, some bad luck. But even when you're doing a reading, you can always change your luck. You can change the outcome. Do things differently. Look inward. How would you like it to go? 11, here's the Justice card. See the skills. Here they are. I can't tell what this is. Don't see her sword, but this is it. And we got columns here, which should have been in the High Priestess. So this could be talking about divorces or marriage, legal things, and talking about fairness and truth. Here is the Hangman. This is about self-sacrifice, getting a new perspective on things. Here's 13, the Death card. She is at the cemetery with her cross. So death can be about death, physical human death. It can also be a death of some phase you've been in, like of negativity, of addictions, that you are changing out of this and going towards the sun. The sun is coming out, but right now they're in the dark. They're in the negative of this in this card. That's what's so great about these dark decks. Not only is that my aesthetic and that what I love, but they actually show you don't have to turn them upside down to be dark. They're showing you this person is grieving and not taking steps, not working on themselves, not doing anything to change their path. They're just staying in more of the same mud. And in Louisiana, in the graveyards, a lot of these things float and sink because of the dirt and the water there. Very great for those ghost tours. Everything is just so cool looking. So here is our Temperance card. And it doesn't look balanced. They look like they're very upset with each other. She's got her cup. She doesn't have a foot in the water and on the earth. The angel here, usually it's the angel who's doing that. He's pouring the water, but look at the face, the way they drew the eyes. This Temperance does not look happy, does not feel the balance. Because it's all about moderation, balance, spirituality, and patience. Because things do not happen in a second. So let's go further. Okay. Oh, and your Temperance is your Sagittarius. Your Justice card is your Libra. Okay, 15, devil. Oh, and the death card is your Scorpio. So this one is your devil, which is your Capricorn. And this can be telling you you need to go have some fun, or it could be saying you feel like you're trapped. You know, like they say with alcoholics or drug addicts, they got a monkey on their back, or those little angels and devils on their shoulders. But really, it's you who put yourself here. And it's only you who can get yourself out. They're not chained. And even when they show you they are chained, they can get out at any time. These people are not there because they don't want to be. They may think they don't want to be, but they have picked it. 16, the Tower. This is about chaos, upheaval, and also enlightenment. You see with this lightning bolt, that is you're learning through this horrible experience of things feeling out of control, job losses, moving, all the crazy things that make us incredibly stressed. This is teaching you, if you're paying attention, how can you do things better next time? How to handle things better, to enlighten yourself so you can make things easier on yourself through all things you go through. I think it's great to have like a little box that you put things in that are very healing, like incense, a great book, bath bomb, whatever you find enjoyable, or even a little box of chocolate, where they have 2 pieces or 4 pieces in it. Not something that's too much. You never want to do anything too much, but it's a good place to start when you're feeling really out of sorts. And then you can start talking to people or writing in your journal. So here is the Star. This is your Aquarius card. Makes me think of Alice Cooper, Fiona, her mom, Martha from Mystical Empowerment. I just love them. This is about hope, inspiration, taking care of yourself. Inside, truly caring for yourself and being healthy, being your best. Trusting in your spirit, trusting in your intuition. Now here is the Moon. This is your Pisces. So they're walking this path. It doesn't look like it's a water path. We got the face in the moon. So the moon is full. No, it doesn't. It looks like half full. But that's still a lot of illumination, and the stars too. But this person is not looking at it illuminated. They feel completely in the dark. And things feel hidden to them. They're not really realizing, use your intuition, because this is also about your intuition, not things just being hidden from you. But if you look inwards, you can see even more. And then you relax your eye muscles and you even see more physically. 19, the Sun. I just love this with this. I love the Catholic Church because it is so opulent. And every altar in the Catholic Church, whatever saint it is named after, has a piece of their bone in the altar. It's very witchcraft, They got all the saints' bodies in these catacombs. Pull out, building another one, put them in there. Look here, this person's busting in. This is about your bliss. So this person doesn't look like they're feeling their bliss. They need to get in touch with their bliss because everything's going to go the way. This is about success, victory, things going your way, feeling great, finding what makes you happy. Oh, here is the Judgment card. This is about your calling, your epiphanies, seeing what is right for you. And then here at the World, this is the end of the major arcana. This is at the end, like 1 through 10. That's the beginning and the end. So the end is saying you've completed. And when you complete this journey you've been on, you start a new one. So life is always a constant learning lesson. So this, I've gotten into this. Let's just go faster these. Full heart. Your real partner. I'm just, this is true love, the right partner, whether it's love or business. This is about social gatherings and celebrating. Apathy. Taking time out. You really need to actually be not just being blah. You need to meditate. Take the rest. And look at your insides, your emotions. And also with the cups is your psychic. This is very much intuition. 5 is always conflict. So here they're grieving over someone and they don't realize they only have 1 cup spilled. So they got 4 standing up. They have so much more to live for. Yes, and there was a shadow in the back. Here on the 6, this is nostalgia. This could be an old love returning. Very cute little kid, but also reminds me of Michael Myers in Halloween as a little boy. So 7, this is about fantasies. She might be fantasizing about her dream man. This also talks about don't just fantasize. Look at the reality too, Fantasies are great, but don't choose by fantasy what you're going to do, who you're going to pick, because you can get a horrible surprise. Get to know the person or whatever the thing is. 8 of Cups, this is talking about moving away because emotionally, whatever the situation is, the person, the house, the career, whatever it is, it's talking about it's not good for you emotionally. It's not the right path. Now, 8, where was the 8? Oh, this was 8. Okay. 9, this is about contentment. So here, and it's also like when you see this, you should be making a wish because everything's going your way. But look at him. He's got like this dead chick behind him that he sucked the blood out of. And look how content and happy he is. So 10, here is your happy family. So there she is with the baby, and it looks like maybe it's her parents there. Maybe it's the older daughter. Don't know, but this is your happy family. The page, the messenger, brings you messages of love or other things. It could be your intuition ringing you. The knight, your Prince Charming or Princess Charming, they're like coming in to profess their love to you. They're in love with love. Your Queen of Cups. Here is your very nurturing soul. But I find the king even more nurturing than her, actually. The king, because with men, a lot of times you don't find them able to listen. But this king is actually able to listen to you and give you good advice. And he's also able to just listen. Because sometimes we just want someone to listen to us. We don't want advice. We just want someone to listen. So I find them very incredibly nurturing. And also none of these are gender specific. The king can be a woman. The page, the knight, the queen, king, doesn't matter what sex. It could be a they, them. So here's our pentacles. The seed is planted, okay? The universe is on your side. You want to go get a new job, get a promotion. This is saying your luck is with you here. And if you're doing time things, this would be years. Cups are months. The pentacles, coins are years, winter. So 2, balancing things. I'm trying to get by faster. The what is that when you go internship? They're learning from these older people. And it's also about teamwork. 4 of Pentacles. Now, this could be about hoarding your money. It could be about how to handle your money correctly. You should have 4 coins. 1 coin should be about paying your bills, your rent. Another coin should be about immediate savings for like your house, your home, car. And then 2 should be your savings for your retirement. And in the first coin, it say that coin is your 1 week's paycheck, which usually people get 2 weeks. But in the 1 week, you should also have money for fun in there. It is important not to just save, but to have some fun. But not too much fun, because you want to be able to take care of yourself if you get sick, if you lose your job, so many things. Okay. 5, conflict. This person is feeling isolated, but they're not. They're with their person. And this could be isolation, also poverty. And look, if they're needing help, they're right in front of a church, with the beautiful stained glass windows, and the lights are on. People are in there. Go in there, get help. They've got these flimsy clothes on. They need to get out of the snow. Go in, get help. Now this is about charity. I love this. It's about give and take, reciprocity. So here she is giving money. Now, there are times when you need money, and then you get back on your feet, and then you're so happy to be able to help give. Because it doesn't feel good to need, but that it feels good to have your needs met. Because, we have egos. So that's why it doesn't feel good. But realize we all go through this at some time of our life. 7 of coins. This is about no instant gratification. You have to plant your seeds. You have to hoe, dig, plant, water, weed, and then take your crops to market and get your money, which is a long road. So this is talking about taking all the steps. You're not going to have instant gratification. But you do the right things, you will succeed. 8. I got a dog crawling, my puppy, actually, 9 months old, crawling under me, licking me, my legs. So the 8 of Pentacles, this is your mastery card. The cow's got like this, the cat has this cow-like print on it. So this is your mastery card that you are getting even better at your career. I mean, like a master. Will take you far. 9 is your luxury card. You can enjoy things like falconry. She's got a crow here. It's not a raven. Raven have a more scruffy feathers. It's about doing things by yourself, having fun. Even when you're in a relationship, you're married, there are times you need time to yourself, because you're not both going to like to do everything the same. Maybe you want to do puzzle, and maybe your husband wants to do or spouse wants to do geeky things on the computer, writing code and stuff. So here's 10, the end of a cycle. So this is your family legacy card. Could be inheritance left for you, or it could be you setting up trust for your family. It's about your family's security. It also can be about emotional things too. Like sometimes it could be about your family legacy of how you treat each other. It could be abuse, and then you changing it. Everything has much more meaning than just money. This is about tangible things. careers, the earth, just very tangible things. Your health, most important thing, your health. It's so hard to try to go fast and get this in. This is important to know. This is your knight. This is the slowest knight in the whole deck. This person is so considerate. They look at because they're at a crossroads, they look and see things through. What I want to do, what's best for me and my family, not just me. They're very considerate. And if you try to push them to go faster, you actually make them go slower. They will be like giving you the bird, you know? They're like, I'm not gonna go faster. Don't even think about pushing. So here's the queen. She's also incredibly nurturing. Hey, knock it off, guys. They're actually having a great time. They love to fight. That's their fun, you know. One's butt, their butts go up in their air and their chests down to the ground. They're having a great time. So I know that it sounds so horrible, but they're really enjoying each other. And I have the door open so they can go outside and do that actually. But I'm in here, so they want to do it here. So the queen is very nurturing. She comes home for work. It could be man, could be they, them, whatever the situation. They come home. They show they love by cooking a meal or, you know, helping you with their homework. And then they take time for themselves too, because everybody knows you need to take time for yourself. And maybe it's a bubble bath. Maybe it's some exercise, some meditation, whatever the situation is. So this, I just think, is an incredibly beautiful card. So here is the king, very feminine, very androgynous looking. This king, not that is important, but I'm telling you, these are about everybody. Don't think it's just, you know, straight men, straight women. It's everybody's here. So this is about the person with the Midas touch. You know, things they touch turn to gold. Trying to tell you how to get yourself there too, you know. The discipline. This is a very disciplined person. They also, it could be CEOs, you know, managers, presidents, vice presidents of the company. Okay, now we're on the wands. Rods, wands, batons, so many names. So this is your ace, your seed, your inspiration, your passion. So it's your, like, say it's about a business. So you got this idea for a business. This is telling you it, and you're getting ideas for planning, putting plans in motion. Here you're really putting the plans in motion. Got the papers, her journal. She's been writing all these plans and putting them forward. Now, here with the third baton, she is taking them and looking out the window to see her ships come in, and getting some of her rewards, and coming back home to celebrate. She actually looks ready to celebrate in bed or in a bubble bath. It could be a party for, you know, you've come back home. It could be a party just because you're back home, or it could be a party you're celebrating your engagement, your wedding, all kinds of things. 5, this is your competition. And it looks like really here, this is showing you this shadow, that their competition is really themselves. They are sabotaging themselves. That's why they feel so tied up. They have twisted themselves up in all these. So 6, you've gotten through all that, being tied up and fighting with other people or competing with them. It's more of a competition. Could be like the Olympics. But here you're coming home and you're victorious and everyone's cheering you on. But here we got the person, they're alone. And the people they're wishing they would cheer them on is their family, who is not really there, just their pictures. And usually there's people clapping you on the back, She's got a pretty dress on. You know, you got finery on. 7 is here is your boundary, standing your ground. Not letting people cross those. Because when you're unhealthy, you just let them run right through and beat you the heck out of you. 8 of batons are wands. Fast answers, fast air travel. Everything is quick. Quick messages of yes or no. So here is the 9 of batons. Okay, you're feeling a little bit worn out. We got this wolf even watching to see, can they take you? And they're like, I really don't think, they're not totally down. I can't take this person. Because you still have energy to get back up and finish your task. But here in the 10 of wands, you don't have the energy. You have taken on everything where you should have had your kids do the dishes instead of you. You know, have people at home help you take some of the stress off of you so you can have some time to relax. And even at work, dole out some of the little stuff so you can work on the big thing. Otherwise, you can end up physically hurting yourself. A lot of times it talks about injury on the shoulders and the neck and the back, this card. And with wands in timing, this is days. So this is, so 10, the 10 would be 10 days. The swords would be, that'll be next. Yeah, okay. So here is your page. They're coming to bring you a message. And sometimes, you know, because they're young, immature, all pages have a lot of energy. But sometimes at this state of life, they say things not with consideration. They can just say things and they just hurt because it was said so blunt and terribly. They don't mean to, they just at that stage. Now here is your knight. Your knight here of wands is incredibly charming. All the knights are charming and charismatic, have so much energy. But this knight, they can charm you out of your panties, out of your boxer shorts, whatever you wear. They're good with their words. They're smooth. They're just smooth at everything. So watch out for them. They're kind of players. The queen, she's your social butterfly, and you usually see her with a cat and a sunflower. So she just loves to be around everybody, have fun. Now the king, that's your rock star. And that's the person you actually want to be married to, because this is a more mature person, so he's not out playing with everybody. This is a much settled down person. Very creative, very passionate. Okay, now the aces. Clarity of mind and speech. Just give me a quick thing. Indecision. Gotta open your eyes, choose. Usually the eyes are closed. 3, this is heartbreak, actually. Agony. 4, Carl! 4, we have, this is about you need to rest, recuperate. Here we have the 5, fighting. 6, this is about leaving toxic situations, going to smooth waters. This is your 7 of wands. I'm so sorry, it's gotten chaotic in here. Let's go here. 8 of wands, you're tied up and you feel trapped. You're not. You can get out of there. It's really what your mind is doing to you. 9, this is nightmares. Anxiety could cause actually depression. 10, the end of the cycle. This is betrayal. Stabbed in the back. And it's also telling you it's the end of this, and you have to deal with this. You have to get away. You have to change things. It's toxic. So here's your page of Swords. They're feeling very good about themselves, about their ability. This is the one that I was talking about, they think they can communicate well, but they can't. Sometimes they're very insensitive. Here's what's really important, the Knight of Swords. This knight is the fastest knight in the deck. They just charge in the rush and deal with things. Just hurried, everything. The Queen. I love this Queen. Quiet! She's not even listening. So intelligent. A really good friend. Everybody thinks of her as a old bitch, but she's not. She's very intelligent. She doesn't smile if she doesn't feel like it. She's there to listen. And she's fun to be around, too. Now, this king is someone incredibly wise. The king is more mature than the queen. He is present in the situation. She's looking towards him. So she does care about him. But she's not more in the present. She's more in the future by looking that way. So, that is the Ludi Lesko deck. I'm sorry it was so loud and obnoxious. So, I'll close this out. Take care, everybody. Don't let anybody scam you. So, I'm saying all love and many blessings. Bye, everybody.